The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up. And off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Warriors 70. Here we go. Here we go. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Throwing to start the drive. Jacobson. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Come 19. Let go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Let's go. 60 by 6, 60 by 6, Dragon 60. Ready?
Back to throw now on first down. And complete to Drake London. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
18, pioneer. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. Down the left sideline. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. Was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
Mustang 19.
Throwing after the interception, Jacobson. This pass is caught by London. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll look to throw here on first down. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready? Go.
Looking to throw. Jacobson. This one into the hands of Pitts. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And the slot man goes in motion left. Back to throw again. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 19 tight, 19 tight. No streak. 60 Bobcats, 60
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Ready, set. Set. Hey, smash. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 70 Rangers, 70, Cup 19, Cup 19, Dragon 60. 18 Pioneer, 19 Lion. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready.
Back to throw. Jacobson going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
79 Broncos. Check smash, check smash. Mustang 19. Check up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Stephanie. Ready.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Ready.
Looking to throw McCarthy. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Now he can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
On first and 10, it's ETN. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Handoff running left is ETN. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. 62 yards. And the Panthers are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Come on, set. Go.
Throwing to start the drive. Jacobson. This ball down the field for Pitts. And that's caught inside the 30. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Rig it. Here we go, set. And up.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Say, hey, 7 Pirates, 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Looking to throw. Jacobson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Ray McLeod from 4 yards out. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Warriors 70. Ready.
Throwing is McCarthy. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 6. Over the middle, caught by London. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Throws right back to London, complete again. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
19, 18, Pioneer. 19, Lion. Go.
Second and 3. Got London on a slant. He'll get it inside the 20. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14.
18 Cardinal, 70 Timberwolves. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Yeah.
They'll look to throw again. And this will be caught by Mooney. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5.
60 Bison, 60 Hawk, 70.
Looks like they'll move things around here.
Viking, 18. 79 Bronco. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Mustang 19.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Ready. Buffalo 18. Trap 60, trap 60. Set go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts from 6 yards away. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Let's go now. Riggs, Riggs. Ready.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there, and a really nice play resulted for them.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
7 Pirate. 19 tight. 19 tight. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Warriors 70. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Hut, hut.
Back to throw. Jacobson. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Darnell Mooney from 3 yards out. And the Falcons are able to move back in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 17-14. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
70 Ranger.
And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
On the RPO, that's complete right side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Come on, set.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now they'll audible to something else.
Cup 19, Cup 19.
Here's McCarthy. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Here we go, set. Dragon 60. Ready.
A final shot before break. Jacobson. That's down the field and caught by Pitts. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the 2nd half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Let's go.
Now McCarthy. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. Big strides, look at him go. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Mike Gesicki, 69 yards. And the Panthers have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Here is 3rd and 5.
60 Maverick. Set up. 79 Broncos. Mustang 19. Buffalo 18. Hurt.
Looking to throw. Jacobson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Here we go. Panther 11. 7 Pirates. Go.
They're going to try and throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set.
ETN up the middle. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
19 Tiger. 19 tight. Street. Ready.
To the air with McCarthy. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
In motion, the tight end.
Ready.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Got an open man. It's McLeod. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll leave him with third and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is this depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This ball down the field for Pitts. And it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. He's to the 15. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So that, a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 5. Back to throw. Jacobson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Come on, set.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going up top. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go, set. Dragon 60. 18, Pioneer. 19, Lion. Check out.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Escaping the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Let's go. Ready.
A give to ETN running right. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Now 2nd and 5.
Set up. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready, ready.
ETN once more. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
Here we go, here we
right
go.
now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Hut, hut.
Going for it, here's ETN. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Ryland up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards.
Buffalo 18. Go.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. What good. There defensively at 2nd down.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready, ready.
Looking to throw. Jacobson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 101 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Another tote for Etienne. Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. A give running right, Etienne. And some room to maneuver. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Ready, set.
Second down and a yard.
Here we go, set. Hut, hut.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's third and a yard.
Let's go.
Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Go.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Able to complete this one to McLeod. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Ready.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time is run out on this ball game.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week one. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Carolina, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.